Yeah. So describe how frequency, wavelength, and amplitude differ on the electromagnetic spectrum. So we went over this yesterday with vision. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about the wavelength, frequency, and amplitude with sound as well, but we talked about that electromagnetic spectrum and different wavelengths, different types of light, I guess you could say, that are located on that spectrum. On the far left, we have gamma, cosmic rays, which are very radioactive. Far right, we have radio waves, longer wavelengths, right? Right in the middle, we have what we see and perceive light. So that prism there. Short spot on that spectrum we can actually visualize. All right, I'll let you guys get working. Come on. All right, do we need more time? We good? All right, so what is frequency? What is that? What is frequency? Anybody? Sarah, go ahead.
Isn't that just like the frequencies you know? Goes in like a certain segment.
Yeah, good job. Number of waves in a certain segment that you're looking at, right? Okay, good job. So that's what frequency is. Good. What about wavelength? What is wavelength? Here, I'll just put it up for you. What is wavelength? Luker, what's wavelength? Yeah, one peak to the next, right? So this is the length of the wave. And depending on electromagnetic spectrum, we might have a higher frequency, a lower frequency of light, right? That we talked about yesterday. And obviously the frequency might be higher or lower depending on what we're looking at of that spectrum. On the far left, when we're looking at with gamma and cosmic rays, it's going to be a shorter, okay, more compact frequency. It's going to be a shorter frequency. So many cases, these wavelengths are as small as an atom itself, a nuclei of an atom itself. So really, really small. Okay, that's how the Hulk becomes a Hulk, the gamma radiation. Oh, geez, look out. And then radio waves on the far right, okay, they can be as long, the wavelength can be as long as a football field. So they differ, obviously. Infrared rays are very close to the visual spectrum, which I'll show here soon. And you can't see them, but you can feel it, right? You can definitely feel it with heat, okay, especially with anything radiating heat. We can't see those rays, but at the same time, we can feel it. All right, so with wavelength and frequency, obviously wavelength is from one peak to the next. And when we move to the chart, far left with gamma rays, cosmic rays, this wavelength is shorter as the frequency is obviously a little bit higher. Okay, we'll have a lot more waves going on, and the wavelength will be tighter together. When you move to the far right, okay, that is indicating a longer wavelength, so further separation between the two peaks of the wave, and a shorter frequency, or sorry, a higher frequency. So the frequency is a lot longer. There's not as many waves occurring in a short given time. And then amplitude is that height from the point of equilibrium. So there is usually a line that's given between right in the middle of the wave, the frequency, if you will, and the amplitude is that height from the point of equilibrium to the top of the wave. And that indicates volume when we get to sound. We'll talk about that. Or depending, if we're talking about light, it could be the brightness of it. It could be the dull color, maybe, depending on that height of amplitude. All right, is there any questions on wavelength, frequency, and amplitude? Are we good with that? So usually I like to talk about sound right away, right after light, but since I want to go through this taste testing, we'll talk about gustation and olfaction today. All right, so real quick, there was a reading I had for you, but we'll just skip it so we can get to it. I want to show you this video too. I think you'll like it. It's pretty funny. All right, here we go. So, yeah, there we go. Smell. So that is called olfaction. So there's an olfactory bulb, really at the obviously the base, inside the nose, and it's really associated with the limbic system. Okay, obviously being processed in the sensory cortex as well of the brain, but mostly the limbic system is associated with smell, with olfaction, and obviously that goes hand in hand with what? What else does the limbic system perform? What other function does the limbic system have? So smell, I guess you say taste as well, but what else? What else? Hippocampus, remember? Yeah, emotions and memories. There you go. Good, 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 good. So that's when we smell something that we really, really like, especially at a restaurant. Okay, we walk into McDonald's or something, we know exactly what we want. We remember this smell, the smell of the fries coming right out of the fryer. The burger, oh, the Big Mac. Jerry likes some Big Macs? Really? What's your favorite fast food joint? Yeah. I love it when I'm eating it, but afterwards, ugh. I once did the Big Mac challenge, which was crazy. I'll never do it again.
Ew, what is that?
Oh, so for a short time, they did the what is it called? The Great Mac or the Biggest Mac? It was the Big Mac, but like on steroids. It was huge. It was massive. They actually used like quarter-pound patties for it, stacked them on top, and it was the biggest one.
That's disgusting.
And then thanks, Sarah. No, I'm joking. No, I felt disgusting.
You know what is good though? I like Burger King's onion rings with zesty sauce.
Ooh.
Let me tell you, when I first ordered those, that was definitely not.
Oh, there you go.
Every time I go.
Nice. Is zesty sauce like a Thousand Island almost?
It's kind of like Big Mac sauce, except better.
Oh, you like it better?
And it's not like greasy burger. It's just these greasy little soggy onion rings. But the zesty sauce is what makes it.
Yeah.
If I could buy a huge thing of zesty sauce, I wouldn't even need them.
Ooh, he just chugged that down, huh?
Really not, but
yeah, I know. So with the Big Mac challenges, the Great Mac, I think they call it, the Big Mac, and then there was the Little Mac. You had to eat all three within 5 minutes. And I ate all three.
Jeez.
And drank a Shamrock shake. I was pumped.
I can't eat one in minutes.
The thing is, you got to devour it before you think about it, right? You just got to devour it.
I'm not discussing. I mean, people like that.
No, it was disgusting. I felt like a bump on a log. I fell asleep right after for like 2 hours.
You win money or no?
No, I
You
just did
do
it. Me and my buddies did it. So we're like, oh, we'll see who can do it. And I was the only one that did it. And I took a 2-hour nap right after. It's in a food coma. Look out. Yeah. Wasn't my greatest decision ever. It wasn't. No, it wasn't. All right. So with olfaction, like I mentioned, there's olfactory bulb, and it's related well with taste. Okay, and how some of those reactions within our when we're eating something, it goes hand in hand with taste. So which we'll talk about with gustation here soon. Olfaction, gustation, they work hand in hand. And in some cases, you could trick your mind depending on what you're eating, what you're smelling. And I'll show this video afterwards, which I think you guys will really enjoy. It's pretty funny. And they'll have like a brownie, or they'll put like tuna like on top of this upside down hat brim, and they can't see what they're eating, obviously. So they're smelling tuna, and they might put a brownie in the person's mouth to eat, and they're just so confused of what it is. And in many cases, it makes a person gag. It's like, oh, I smell tuna. Oh my gosh, and then it's like something crunchy. What is this? Oh, what am I eating? Right, Campbell? Can you imagine that? Ugh, it grossed me out. Every time I watch it, I kind of get grossed out. All right, so with taste is gustation. All right, so 4 main qualities: sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. And we all know if we bite our tongue for some reason. I did in wrestling one time. I was throwing a kid, and I landed and I bit my tongue, and the corners of it, they ripped off. I can still see it today a little bit. It hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. But luckily, the taste buds regenerate. We ever burn the roof of our mouth, burn our tongue? Oh, terrible. It ruins your week, really. You never want to eat anything again for a whole week, but then it comes back. Comes back. So we all know gustation, also associated with the limbic system, but mostly in the sensory cortex. We all know this happens through neural messaging to the brain, to the limbic system, through this process called what? What is that called? What is that called? So we're receiving these sensations, and it's sending electrical signal message to our brain where we can perceive it in our brain. What's that called? Oh no. What's it called? Sarah, do you know?
I don't know how specific it is.
What's that?
Like the transduction.
Yeah, there you go, transduction. No, transduction. It's where we perceive that sensation through electrical messaging. Good. All right, so I don't know how accurate this is, but they kind of associated your taste buds on your tongue where they're located. Like, again, I don't know if it's really accurate or not. But they say sweet taste buds, or taste buds that associate with sweet, on the tip of our tongue, salt on the sides, sour on the back sides, and bitter in the back. I don't know about that.
So spicy isn't up there. So it says hot foods. There's no.
Yeah, you're right.
What would that be?
That's true. Maybe a combination of all of it. I know when I eat something spicy, it just burns my whole mouth, ruins my day. My one friend brought, it was just like a Dorito bag, and it looked like a Dorito. It's called like the Ghost Dorito chip. It was just one chip. It's like, oh yeah, eat this. See if you can do it. It's the Dorito challenge or whatever. Threw it right in.
Random food challenges.
I know, right? I'm crazy. I'm all over the place. You never know what you're gonna get. So I did it. That was terrible. I thought, I could just devour it real quick without even with potato chips. Sometimes you can just suck it down real quick. But this thing, no way. I chewed on it, tried to swallow it as fast as I can. At first, that wasn't bad, and all of a sudden it kicked in hard. I was like spitting everywhere, grabbing water, throwing it down my mouth, and
Gotta get the milk.
the milk. Well, I tried. It was terrible. Oh. Well, the thing that really crushed me was, I don't know, it was like the milk combination with soda. Not a great mixture, you know. It was terrible. Do you ever see Dumb and Dumber, the movie?
Yes, I know.
With ketchup and mustard? Ah, he sprayed it in his mouth. Oh. But yeah, it was terrible. But yeah, you're right. I don't know. I guess it's a combination of all of it. I don't know. Maybe look that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, check that one out. That'll be an interesting fact for the day. But bitter, I definitely can tell with bitter in the back of my tongue. Oh, whenever I eat something bitter, that's always affected back there. It seems like it's long lasting in the back of your throat, like makes you gag a bit, right? Pickles, ugh, can't stand pickles.
What?
I don't like pickles whatsoever.
I'm in an I Heart Pickles Facebook.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh. What's your favorite pickle?
Okay, so it was the Clausen Dill Spears. But let me say, have you been to the auction? There's that pickle guy.
Yeah.
The Old Bay Ranch pickles.
Oh, you know what? I would probably like that.
They are amazing. I was actually at Austin Hartman's house one time hunting, and I just.
All right, guys, we're gonna do our experiment then. Sorry, I'm just talking to the computer. You're good. You can. I'm going to do the sensation Pepsi test.
I ate the whole
The
thing.
video's on. You can do it on your own if you like. I don't know, maybe do it with your family. It's pretty cool to do. And watch a video. It's attached about smell and taste, how they associate together. Have a good weekend. Attach your bell ringers. Attach your bell ringers.